You know, the old me is somebody makes you mad for whatever reason. It really doesn't matter if they're. It don't really matter. It's good or not anything. It don't have to be big or small or just. They do stuff that you know that's just like. That's a line of demarcation, you know. And it's like, go away, cut them off. You never look back. You never look back. Now, one problem with that's good in one way, but another way is, what if they change? What if they change? Most people don't change because they don't want to do the inner work, but what if they do change? What if they change? They probably won't. If they're narcissistic, they probably won't change. If they're Jezebel, they probably won't change. If they're Delilah, they probably won't change. My experience in life, the reason I'm able just to cut them off and forget them is because it's like I've seen it 1,000 times. I've seen the game. They get in my Uber ride, and I know just as soon as they open their mouth, I know what's going on with them. You know, some people are forever the victim. Some people are forever the addict. Their addiction. Some people are forever the complainer. Some people are the ones that want everybody to do it for them. I would say maybe 1 out of 1,000 will actually change. Maybe 1 out of 2,000, because I told you about the verse, and I told you the state of mankind is really off the root. Solomon, he said he only found one man out of 1,000 men that was dependable, faithful, loyal to his kingdom. And he tried 1,000 women, he couldn't find one. So 1 out of 2,000 people, what percentage is that? So 1 out of 100 is 1%. 1 out of 1,000 is 100. What is that? 0.001 or something? It's either 0.01 or 0.001. So then out of 2,000, it's 0.02 or 0.002. You could go through 2,000 people. Let's say you have a business you want to run. You can go through 2,000 people. Say, I'm going to start this business. Let's start a business together. And that small percentage you might find, you probably won't find them. Especially in this society. Especially in today's society. So what do? You give them a piece of bread, give them some water, hope they change. And I'm talking about allegorically or spiritually. You give them some spiritual bread, spiritual water. But what they're going to try to do is get you to play in the pig pen, to get you to go back to Egypt, to get you to go back to Babylon, to get you to go back to enabling and codependency and whatever else. You know, there's 1,000 teachers out there about that stuff. What it really boils down to, though, is they need Jesus. You can't save them. You can't fix them. You can't save them. You can't wait on them, because God is moving you higher, and they want to stay down here in this. They want to live in the past. They want to hang on to stuff that's probably destroying them emotionally, physically, mentally. They're just, it's a downward spiral. It looks good from the outside, but once you start breaking in, getting a little bit in the inside, and it's like, oh, I don't think so. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So I'd say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, maybe 98%. Yeah, you cut them off, cut somebody off, and you don't look back. You leave that door open for some growth. Maybe a year later, 2 years later, they might show up on the scene, but they usually go away because they don't grow. I mean, I don't care if it's online, offline. I don't care if it's family, neighbors, churches, pastors. I mean, I've been in churches that are legalistic, and I get away from legalism, and it's like sometimes you miss kind of talking to those people because they know the Bible. They got it memorized. But to go back to legalism, I don't think so. And if you take about all the passages, he said he wouldn't let the legalist come in, not even for an hour. And he told that woman that kept chasing him around, who was demon possessed, he said, come out of her. He got so frustrated with her falling around, he said, demon, come out of her. Jesus said, shake the dust off your feet, don't look back. And you say, well, books, what about the people who claim to be saved? Yeah, there's a lot of those out there. But most of them aren't born again. If you've ever been married to one, yeah, they might go to church, or they might know their Bible, they might. But if they've never been, if they can't say, hey, I'm a sinner, if they can't, see, if you talk to somebody long enough, if you have a real conversation, you can try the spirits, because they're going to slip up. They always slip up if they're fake, because a conversation is back and forth, right? And you can try the spirits. They will slip up. They will try to put you back under law. They will try to push you to other books besides the Bible, like the Book of Enoch or something. They always slip up. So what's my conclusion? The conclusion is one out of 2,000 might get right. That's my conclusion. I used to think it was like 2%. Now I think it's 0.02%. I could do the math, I guess. 2,000. 1 out of 2,000. That's sad. 1 out of 2,000 would be 0.5 out of 1,000. Right? 0.5 out of 1,000. 1 out of 1,000 is 1%. 0.5 out of 1,000 is 0.5%. That's sad. I mean, 0.2%. I'll have to get a calculator. I don't know why I can't figure that out. It should be easy. But I used to think it was 2%. Now I'm thinking, nope. It's under it's under 1%. It's like 0.5 or 0.2 or 0.02. I don't know. I'll have to do the math. But what's wild is you have hope, you know. You have hope. But that hope is pretty much delusion. Solomon, the wisest man that ever lived. So 1 out of 2,000 people are decent, are dependable, or you can count on, tell the truth. 1 out of 2,000. And then you add up all their history and their trauma and all that, and it's like, how many people really can get healthy? How many people can really break the cycles, not many. I don't think hardly any. I'm gonna do the math when I sit here and down here and eat.